But what's interesting about my mother's photography is that she was obsessed with it. Here's an example of her posing in front of her church, but she has a very conscious effort to sort of look like she was from the south of France. And here she's got this very classic Chinese movie star outfit. Well, she was Chinese ethnically, so she was referencing China a lot from her own need to represent herself. When she got married to my dad, their pictures really shifted towards family life. These pictures of us constantly in my grandmother's garden. As children, we were genderless, but I think there was a sense of knowing something was different about us. So this would be one of the last photographs before we left Vietnam. When we left Vietnam, my mother had telegraphed back to my grandfather, he please send all the photographs. My grandfather, actually, his last letter out of Vietnam was describing the packaging of all these photographs, and all of the photographs arrived, which is amazing. Here we are reunited as kids again on the lawn of the C&E rather than my grandmother's garden. My mother wanted to go visit her family in China for the first time in her life. And all they had was photographs of each other. I took this photograph here and asked them why we weren't going back, and I had no conception of what this country was about. During the Cultural Revolution, everything was destroyed. My mother's archiving skills is a way that saved some of the photographs. We were just sitting in the foyer of the Alcatraz, which is apparently this amazing drag show. It was my first exposure to drag culture. I didn't sense any homophobia at all in this. So 1992 was a very significant year. I had just come out. High school was actually a very wonderful time. University was terrible. In my mind, for some reason, thought that gay people can do anything. And so I registered for engineering school. 1993 actually is a march in Washington. It was incredible to be in a city full of queer people. It was definitely your chosen family. We stopped taking photographs. Everything became digital, and it's a time almost lost.
The Family Camera Network is a SSHRC-funded research project that collects family photographs and their stories, like those of Han Lu's family. Our public archive contains over 10,000 images and 30 oral history interviews which capture the complex histories of migration and diverse meanings of kinship in Canada as they unfold in response to cultural shifts, including same-sex marriage, transnational adoptions, and dislocations due to economic opportunities or political instability. In addition to building a public archive, the Family Camera Network organizes exhibitions, hosts public panels, workshops, symposia, and conferences. Collecting family photographs isn't simply indulging in nostalgia for so-called Kodak moments. It is important historical, political, and reparative work which illuminates the nation's links to transnational communities.